Welcome back to Law School Chitty Chats and Clean because my apartment is once again a disaster and I got things to chat about, but as a full-time lawyer, professor, and I don't know, just basic human, I don't have time to just sit around and chat about it, but I can clean, habit stack, and tell you some stories at the same time. You know the drill, survey the damage, lots of damage, and I don't know how, why are the shoes in the kitchen? I don't know. How does this happen? And also, why are these never closed? Okay, so we gotta fix all this. Dirty dishes. Oh, yeah. And she's not looking great. Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do, so let's get started. Fun fact, I had all the intentions to do this tonight. As you can see, dark outside. I'm tired, so I'm gonna go to bed. I'm not gonna clean up the disaster that is my room and my life. And tomorrow, I had one of my morning meetings canceled, so I can tell you just a little bit about my day, what's going on this week. We have a work week tomorrow, starting Monday, and we will chitty chat and clean tomorrow. I've got to be oh so real with you. I did not, in fact, clean tomorrow. It is a 24 hours, whole 24 hours later, like same stuff still in the sink. It actually might be worse than before, except there are no longer shoes in the kitchen because I got my new shoes. They came, and I'm so excited because I got to run 850 miles in 2025. So I need some new shoes. But let's get cleaning. Let's talk how to negotiate your scholarships. We're going to start in the kitchen. Why? I literally already closed this. I don't know why it's always open. Okay, well, I guess now I need it open to put stuff inside of it. But I digress. Let's talk scholarships. So where I learned this information, it was on a law school blog that I just randomly found. And it literally said, apply to schools that are in the lower range. So like, I'll just be transparent. Who cares? I got a 157 on my LSAT. My LSAT story is interesting. We'll tell that another time. I did not study, did not prepare. I did it for free margaritas. I digress. So I had a 157. By the time I decided to go to law school, it was too late. Okay, so I've got to talk to you about matcha. This is not sponsored. This is literally from Costco. I have just been seeing that matcha is like a healthier form of energy than caffeine. And I've been using my immersion blender because my milk frother died. It's been a journey, but I finally found something that I like. The first several times I hated it. I was also putting in like 5 times too much matcha because I don't read instructions. Anyway, a little bit of honey, a little bit of vanilla protein powder in your milk that you froth up, that you add to your little matcha. So good, so good. We need to clean her now. Okay, so we're going to use my LSAT score for an example because I think it's easier than just thinking about like random numbers. I got a 157. So the advice on the law school blog, which was like for Ivy Leaguers, so they weren't talking about 157, but whatever. So the advice was, okay, look at law schools and find ones that are in the bottom of your range, right in the middle of your range, and the high end. So for example, I should be looking at law schools that are where 157 is like the top of their range. So it might be like 142 to 157. Apply to some of those. Then look at ones where you're right in the middle. So 157 is average. And then pause. Remy, that is a trash bag. Leave it alone. It's not yours. It's not a toy. My ADD. I can't focus. Love you, honey. So you want to do some right in the middle. And I promise I'm going to do the dishes. I'm not going to do it on camera because it's going to be loud and smell bad. But I will do the dishes. I promise I will not let them sit again because it's been over 24 hours. And we're trying to be better about clean dishes before we go to bed. But I was so tired the last 2 nights. Actually, last night I had a second date, which went really well, so I just wasn't here. But the night before, I was just really, really, really tired. Anywho, back on track. Okay, so, this is done. I love when I can just put big things away, and all of a sudden, I don't know where it goes, and all of a sudden it looks so much cleaner. Fun fact about me, nothing has a home. Not really. Like, I just find somewhere, and that's where it goes, and we hope that it's going to work, and I can find it next time. Okay, so what I did is my lucky number is 13. I wanted to apply to 13 schools, and I probably had 5 or 6 that were in that middle range, 2 or 3 in the bottom, 2 or 3 in the top.
The highest ranked law school that I applied to was University of Alabama, because I'm a Roll Tide Alabama girl at heart. It is the only school that I did not get accepted to, which I think at the time it was maybe a top 25 law school. If that's wrong, just look it up. I don't know, but it's like up there. It does well. Ultimately, I think it was a blessing in disguise because it's a college town. I didn't want to live in a college town. After not being in college, I wanted to live in a city. So Raleigh, North Carolina is where I ended up. It was perfect for me. Also, these are I don't do desserts or sweets. They're either from Aldi or Lidl. I'm not sure. My friend got them for me. She put them on a charcuterie board, and I was obsessed. She got me 2 boxes for my birthday. Best little snack. It's literally just a plain freaking cracker with some chocolate on it. But I've been having one a day. Sometimes a little bit more, but we're trying. My little pickleball towel. It's obnoxious. I don't care. I love it. I actually got a second set to give as a gift next time the opportunity arises for a fellow pickleball gal that she needs something. Anywho, so you are going to apply, like I said, some where your LSAT is the top of the range, some right in the middle, and some where it's on the low. Alabama is an example. I had Alabama, Tulane, University of Richmond. I don't know. There was a few in that top range that I applied to. And spoiler, I got in everywhere that I applied except Alabama. I did not get accepted. And then University of Richmond, I think is what it was. That also was like a kind of top tier one. I mean, for me, again, not an Ivy. I was not Ivy bound. But that one I got waitlisted. I eventually did get in, but I was waitlisted initially and I got in everywhere else. So what you do, it's actually so simple. You get into the ones where you're at the higher end of the LSAT score, obviously, and you're going to get a scholarship. You just are. You're going to get a scholarship because they want people like you to bring your little LSAT score statistics and up their not ranking, but their average. They want you and they are going to pay you to go there. So you start with your lower tier schools and you start ringing in the scholarships and you're like, awesome, awesome, cool. And whatever scholarship is the highest. So the goal is to get a full ride to at least one place or a few places. Then you're going to reach out to whatever the next highest scholarship number you have is. So I had, I think, a few full rides. And then I had some where I didn't have it all covered, but I had a portion of it. And I literally just reached out to the admissions department and was like, hey, I really, really want to go to XYZ school. It's my dream. But unfortunately, I do have to consider finances in this decision. And while I am so appreciative of the dollars you've already offered me, I did receive a full ride from blah, blah, blah. And you name drop, okay? And you say, is there anything else that you have left in the budget? Is there any more money you can possibly find so I can go to your school? And you think this is crazy, which to me actually makes the most sense. It's the most lawyer-coded process I've ever heard of. And lo and behold, pretty much every one of them will be like, yeah, thank you for letting me know. Let me see what I can do. And they come back with more money. They come back and they offer you more money. They'll offer you a full ride. They'll say we can do another $5,000 a semester, whatever it might be. Everywhere is different. When I tell you that this is actually so normal that several schools that I did this with actually had a form. They literally responded and attached a form and said, yeah, actually, can you fill this out? And it would say all the schools you were accepted to, what the offers were, blah, blah, blah. And then they'd recalculate. I did not know a single person in law school that I've told this story to that knew that you could do that and that did it. Okay. So it's really simple from there. You are going to start at the bottom, keep going up. And then hopefully the ones that are in your range that you're really looking at and you're really into, if they're not giving you full rides or giving you a high scholarship, hopefully you can get it to there. And then here was the thing, was to make every school, I had some number, I don't remember what it was, maybe it was $7,000 a semester, where I was like, if I have to pay more than $7,000 a semester to go here, it's off my list. I'm not doing it. It's just not worth it when I can go somewhere for free. I went to college for free on a full ride scholarship, also had room and board paid for, 0 student loans. So I was not about to just screw that up in law school. I didn't even need law school. Didn't even want to be a lawyer. So you just have to be strategic, okay? And that was how I did it. Whatever your numbers and whatever your financial plan, like that's up to you. But doing this gives you more options. So I recommend it. Obviously, why would you pay more money when you don't have to? Look how cute. I got little like Valentine's candies for my interns and my team and my friends. So we're like ready for Gal Pal season. I want to do a Galentine's Day party. Yes, I'm taking a little segue. One of my 2025 goals was to have a hosted themed party / dinner party every month of 2025. So I did a vision board party in January, which was so lovely. We burned all the things in a little fire pit thing, actually right here, that we were leaving in 2024, and the flames were really high. And so maybe I learned don't burn things in a fire pit in your home. Except that one time. We have it on video at least. So that was, and we did like a caviar spread and we did charcuterie board. It was so cute and lovely. And I had such a good time with my girlfriends. They're not all necessarily just female, but obviously February is going to be a Galentine's Day party. I don't know what months, but I'm going to do a weenies and teenies party and I'll have like hot dogs and martinis. Yeah, and I don't know what they all are going to be, but I'm doing that, which is another reason the apartment needs to stay clean because I don't want it to be like so stressful in this whole overhaul when I'm getting ready to have people over for a party. It just needs to be like, oh, I just need to tidy up. I need to straighten up. I don't need to do like a giant clean, a disaster of a place. Okay, see, oh, look at this. Why is the person in the kitchen? Again, don't ask me. I have problems. Put the hat away. Got us some command hooks. Love these bad boys. Stick them everywhere, except for, where they belong. So, kitchen. She looking good. Okay. I vow, I promise to you, I'll clean this off camera. Okay. Next room. Let's finish our talk. You may be asking yourself, Carly, how? Why? What makes this happen? And if you figure that out, let me know. I don't know why. It has been a few days and this is already a disaster again. I will say, if you watched the other videos and you saw one of these, I just need you to know it is full now and it is in the closet. So even though I moved this out to make it look more clean, we really did make progress, okay? I am going to do it again because she's not ready to go up into the closet yet. But we're going to work on it. I'm actually planning on setting up my walking pad after this. I moved this chair and put it right over there. So I moved the chair. It's a thing, but I need it clean first or we're just going to cause more chaos. Okay, scholarships. So you're going to negotiate your way from the bottom up. These are going to go in the hall closet. I'm not going to show you this part. I will hang these up. I promise. I wanted to say, have you guys seen the new White House press secretary? And I don't know if you saw, this was like the coolest thing to me. She said, if you're in the media, even if you're a TikTok creator, if you're just on YouTube, if you are creating news content, you are welcome to apply for credentials to come to the White House and be at the White House press conferences. Never thought I'd see the day. Actually didn't because I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know any president or administration would even consider doing this. So shout out to the young people. Shout out to social media. Shout out to people that are trying to bring the news in a fun, relatable, and in a way that the general population can understand. It's groundbreaking. Okay, so you're negotiating your scholarships from the ground up, okay? And once you start doing this, you have to figure out, like, which ones matter. So at the very beginning, when you start with the lower tier schools that you've applied to, I'm just for me, that's how it was, and I'm guessing it's for you because if you're using this strategy, you should do what I say, obviously. Um, you're not super interested in going to those schools. That might change. Like if they give you a full ride and you can't negotiate a full ride and you're like, I'm only going to school if I have a full ride, then I don't know, you might actually go there. Oh, this is my neck massager. It's amazing, but I never put things away. So we're going to put her in her home, which is in this box. And this box actually has a home. Carly, I'm 30 years old. You think one day I would learn to just put things back? I don't think that's where that goes, if I'm being honest. Kind of like the kitchen. Nothing has a permanent home. Not really. I just put it where I think makes sense in the moment. I'm going to take these to the bathroom. So you're probably not super duper interested in the lower tier ones. And most likely, I mean, you might be like, I'm going for those ones that were out of my reach. Like I'm at the bottom of the range. I want to go to a fancy school. That's great. But I would assume you're going to end up right in the middle, which is kind of where I was. And on some level, so this is the weird part of the story. So on some level, you've got to decide where you want to be because you need to be a little more strategic. Like when you're just starting from the bottom up, you're trying to get all the bottom schools to give you as much money as possible, and then you go into that second tier, those schools where you're in the middle, and you're trying to get more money. Oh, I did laundry, so I have more clothes to add to this. Oh, I should just do it. I'm going to go get it. We're going to do laundry. When I started this series, my mother literally said to me, why are you starting a YouTube channel? Why are you doing this? Do you have time for this? You have so many things, blah, 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 blah. And to that, I'd say she's correct 100%. But something you should know about me, I do my laundry. I'm really not exaggerating here. And I'm also exposing myself. I probably do wash a load of clothes every 2 to 3 months, with the exception of I do my sheets every 3 weeks and I have more than one set. But like clothes, now how do I get away with that? I have an obscene amount of socks and underwear. And then for work, I wear a lot of like dry clean stuff that goes in the closet and gets hung up. So I just make it work. I hate doing laundry, but I did a load like a week ago. I've done another one. You know when I did this load? Okay, it's been in the dryer for about 3 days, but I literally said to myself, Carly, you're going to wash your clothes. And then you're going to fold them and clean while you chitty chat about law school stuff. So that's what we're doing. She gets hung up. I promise I'm not just making piles that it's going to be a mess. I am redistributing things that, I don't know, might be making a bigger mess. But I'm folding some of this, I promise. Okay. So what happened for me, instead of just like giving you advice, I'm going to tell you what happened with me. And it's the dumbest thing that I did. You want to know so applied to 13, did not get accepted to Bama, roll tide anyway, and got waitlisted at Virginia. So there were 11 schools to choose from. I negotiated scholarship at 10 of the 11. You want to know the one I didn't? The one that I went to. And you might be thinking, that sounds really dumb. And you are correct. You are absolutely correct. It was very dumb, but there was a reason. And I tell you this tale, and I tried to tell you my story as a cautionary tale, so you don't do this garbage nonsense.